Captain Rogers stands in the cockpit of his spacecraft, a holographic image of Earth spinning gently in the background. The faint glow of distant stars reflects off the visor of his helmet. Greetings, explorers of the unknown. I am Captain Rogers, and this is Space Mission Number 1. Today, we embark on a journey that might forever change how we see our place in the universe. For centuries, we humans thought of ourselves as unique in many ways, but the events of this mission may prove us wrong. Rogers taps a control, and a glowing star map appears in the air. He points toward a distant star system, a remote planet known for its harsh conditions. Our journey takes us to Zarkin 5, a world infamous for its extreme environment. Its inhabitants believe they are the only ones capable of surviving such a hostile planet. Little do they know, they're about to meet humans, the true survivors of the cosmos. All aboard? Let's begin! The ship surges into hyperspace, its engines glowing brightly, as the audience is pulled into the vast unknown. The ship slows as it approaches Zarkin 5, a planet veiled in swirling crimson clouds and faint flashes of lightning. The surface is barely visible, but the occasional gap reveals jagged terrain of black rock and rivers of glowing magma. Explorers, we've arrived at Zarkin 5. Alpha, give me a scan of the surface conditions. The ship's AI, Alpha, responds with its calm, analytical voice. Captain, atmospheric analysis indicates high levels of sulfuric acid, temperatures exceeding 800 Kelvin, and seismic activity every 3.2 minutes. This environment is among the most hostile recorded. Exactly the kind of place you expect to find a so-called Deathworlder, Rogers says with a wry smile. He adjusts the ship's trajectory, aiming for a relatively stable plateau detected by Alpha. The ship descends through the atmosphere, turbulence rattling the hull. Hold tight, explorers. This landing might be a little bumpy. The landing site is a cracked expanse of obsidian-like rock, with the air shimmering from the extreme heat. Rogers dons his reinforced spacesuit, stepping cautiously onto the planet's surface. The ship's thrusters hiss as they cool down, creating a temporary pocket of relative safety. Alpha continues monitoring the surroundings. Alpha, any signs of life? Affirmative, Captain. Scans detect multiple entities approximately 500 meters to the northeast. Their movements suggest intelligent coordination. Good. Let's go make first contact. Explorers, stay close and keep your eyes open. The team moves toward the signal, navigating treacherous terrain littered with sharp outcroppings and boiling geysers. Suddenly, a creature emerges from the crimson haze, a towering, insected figure with a chitinous exoskeleton glowing faintly in the dim light. Its eyes, multifaceted like those of an earth insect, shimmer with curiosity and caution. The creature clicks and hums, its language incomprehensible. Rogers raises a hand in what he hopes is a universal gesture of peace. Alpha, can you translate? Processing, Captain. The language shares structural similarities with several Earth dialects, but appears to rely heavily on ultrasonic frequencies. The creature's movements grow agitated as it emits a rapid series of clicks. Before Rogers can react, 3 more figures emerge, each carrying jagged, metallic tools that could easily double as weapons. The largest of the creatures steps forward, towering over Rogers even more than the others. It slams its weapon into the ground, sending a minor tremor through the area. Rogers doesn't flinch, holding his ground, as the creature observes him intently. Explorers, I think we're being tested, Rogers says quietly, his voice calm but firm. The creature steps closer, its weapon now pointing directly at Rogers. Alpha's voice interrupts the tense standoff. Captain, their gesture suggests they are assessing your status as a potential equal. Demonstration of strength or skill is likely required. Strength or skill, huh? Let's hope I still have both. Rogers raises his arm, and activates the energy shield integrated into his suit. The translucent barrier hums as it springs to life, drawing immediate attention from the creatures. The largest one tilts its head, seemingly impressed, before charging at Rogers with surprising speed. Rogers sidesteps at the last moment, deflecting the creature's weapon with his shield. The clash sends a ripple of energy through the air. The other creatures watch intently, their posture shifting as they recognize the human's resilience. Rogers counters with a calculated move, striking the ground with his shield and creating a minor shockwave that knocks the lead creature back several steps. Explorers, remember, resilience isn't just about surviving. It's about showing them what we're made of. The lead creature rises slowly, emitting a deep, resonant hum. It steps back and lowers its weapon, a clear sign of respect. Alpha translates the next series of clicks and hums. Translation complete, Captain. They acknowledge you as an equal and have invited us to their enclave. The team follows the creatures to a massive underground cavern illuminated by bioluminescent fungi. The air is thick but breathable, and the temperature, while still extreme, is more tolerable. The walls of the cavern are etched with intricate carvings that depict battles, survival, and what appears to be the creature's origin story. Alpha, record everything. These carvings could hold the key to understanding them. The creatures gather in a semicircle around Rogers, their leader stepping forward to speak. Alpha translates in real time. You survive. Like us. But why? Rogers steps forward, his voice steady and deliberate. We're survivors because we've had to be. Earth is no paradise. It's a world of storms, predators, and challenges that shaped us into what we are today. We didn't just survive, we thrived. The creatures exchange glances, their body language indicating both curiosity and disbelief. Their leader gestures to the carvings. We believe no one else could endure as we do. Yet you stand here. Perhaps we are not alone. The camera opens to Captain Rogers in the cockpit of his sleek spacecraft, a holographic projection of Earth gently spinning behind him. The faint glow of starlight bathes his face as he leans forward, his voice steady yet filled with anticipation. Greetings, explorers of the unknown. I am Captain Rogers, and this is Space Mission Number 1. Today, we embark on a journey that might forever change how we see our place in the universe. For centuries, humanity thought of itself as unique in its struggles, its resilience, but today, we may learn that we are not alone in these traits. With a flick of his hand, a detailed star map materializes before him, glowing with vibrant paths of distant galaxies. His finger traces a route to a remote system, pausing on a crimson orb labeled Zarkin 5. Our destination is Zarkin 5, a world so hostile its inhabitants have come to call it the Deathworld. Its gravity, atmosphere, and terrain challenge every known law of survival. The beings who live there believe themselves to be the ultimate survivors of the galaxy. Little do they know, they are about to meet humans, explorers from another death world. The ship hums to life, its engines glowing as the hyperspace jump begins. The camera pans to the glowing vortex of stars as the journey commences. The ship decelerates, emerging from hyperspace to the haunting silhouette of Zarkin 5. Crimson clouds swirl over jagged mountains and bubbling lava rivers, flashes of lightning illuminating the harsh terrain. Explorers, we've arrived. Alpha, give me a surface scan. Rogers commands. Alpha, the ship's AI, responds with a calm voice. Captain, Zarkin 5's atmospheric conditions include sulfuric acid storms, seismic activity every 3.2 minutes, and surface temperatures exceeding 800 Kelvin. The planet's gravity is 1.8 times Earth's. Life here is improbable, yet, somehow, it persists. Exactly the kind of place you'd expect a Deathworlder to thrive, Rogers mutters. The ship descends through the volatile atmosphere, turbulence shaking its hull as flames lick the windows. Roger steadies the controls, his voice calm but focused. Hold on tight. This landing might rattle your teeth. The landing site is an obsidian plateau surrounded by geysers spewing toxic fumes. As the team disembarks, Roger's reinforced boots crunch against the brittle rock. His suit's environmental systems hiss as they adjust to the extreme conditions. Alpha, life signs? Detecting multiple entities 700 meters northeast. Their movement patterns indicate intelligence, Alpha reports. Rogers raises a hand to his crew. Stay sharp. Let's meet the locals. As they approach, the first figure emerges from the haze, a towering, insected creature with glowing, chitinous armor. Its multifaceted eyes gleam, its mandibles clicking a rhythm incomprehensible to human ears. Alpha, can you translate? Processing. The language structure relies on ultrasonic frequencies combined with rhythmic vibrations. The Deathworlder tilts its head, studying the humans. Its imposing size and jagged limbs suggest strength, but its posture is wary, not aggressive. Then, 3 more creatures emerge, weapons in hand. The largest of the creatures steps forward, its staff-like weapon slamming into the ground with a reverberating boom. It growls a series of clicks, challenging Rogers directly. Alpha translates. It demands to know your purpose and questions your ability to survive in their domain. Rogers doesn't flinch. He activates his energy shield, the translucent barrier shimmering in the crimson light. The Deathworlders buzz with intrigue as the leader lunges forward, testing Rogers' resilience. With a deft sidestep, Rogers blocks the attack, the shield absorbing the blow with a crackling hum. He counters with a calculated shockwave, forcing the Deathworlder to stumble. The leader rises, emitting a deep, resonant hum, a sound of respect. They're acknowledging us, Rogers says, lowering his shield. Alpha translates the next hum. You may proceed. Follow us. The Deathworlders lead the team to their subterranean enclave, a sprawling cavern lit by glowing fungi and crystalline formations. The air is slightly cooler, but the atmosphere carries an eerie hum of constant seismic tension. Alpha, scan these crystals. They might explain how they survived down here, Rogers orders. Preliminary analysis indicates the crystals stabilize the surrounding environment, filtering toxins and reducing temperature fluctuations. These creatures are using their planet's natural resources ingeniously, Alpha replies. The team observes the Deathworlders performing survival rituals, jumping over boiling magma rivers and scaling jagged cavern walls. Rogers realizes these are rites of passage, designed to instill strength and resilience. Explorers take note. Survival here isn't just a necessity, it's a culture. As a gesture of trust, Rogers shares stories of Earth's hardships, ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and predators humans once faced. Using holographic displays, he shows how humanity adapted, built tools, and ultimately thrived. The Deathworlder leader clicks, its tone contemplative. Alpha translates. You endure storms, feasts, fire, like us. Perhaps even more so. Not more, Rogers corrects. Just different. The Deathworlders hum in agreement, their eyes reflecting a newfound respect. Suddenly, Alpha sounds an alarm. Captain, seismic activity has increased dramatically. The main magma chamber is destabilizing. A full-scale eruption is imminent. The Deathworlder leader hesitates, its clicks expressing fear and indecision. This is our home. We cannot abandon it. Home isn't the ground beneath your feet, Rogers says firmly. It's the people you protect. We can rebuild walls, but not lives. Reluctantly, the Deathworlders agree to evacuate. The humans and Deathworlders work together, navigating collapsing tunnels and rivers of molten rock. Rogers leads from the front, clearing paths with precision and determination. As the group nears the surface, the ground splits, creating a chasm between them and safety. Rogers devises a plan, using explosives to create a temporary bridge. Explorers, this is it. We either cross together, or not at all. The explosion sends rocks tumbling into the chasm, forming a narrow path. One by one, the group crosses, but the bridge begins to crumble beneath Rogers. With a final leap, he lands on solid ground, greeted by cheers and hums of relief. The humans help the Deathworlders resettle on a nearby moon, its valleys lush and welcoming compared to Zarkin 5. Together, they build shelters, blending human technology with Deathworlder ingenuity. Explorers, this isn't just survival, it's the start of something greater. Together, we're proving that resilience knows no boundaries, Rogers declares. The Deathworlder leader presents Rogers with a crystalline artifact etched with their story. You are not just visitors. You are Deathworlders. Family. Rogers accepts it solemnly. And this is only the beginning. As the ship departs, the camera lingers on the glowing settlement, a testament to survival, unity, and the indomitable spirit of two Deathworlders from different worlds. Captain Rogers, signing off from mission number 1. See you on the next adventure.